The reason why we had to change it is because we don't have enough clearance at the bottom. There's an oversight on my half. We don't have enough clearance at the bottom for the fender to fit on. So we had the right amount of spacing, 55 mils was the correct amount of spacing, but I needed to divide it up in half. Half of it at the top, half of it at the bottom. So that's our top race seated in there. You'll notice that I made a bit more of a recess in the inside here now, so that when we need to knock it out one day, we can get a punch inside there behind underneath the bearing race and knock that bearing race out. What we had is we've got a fork. So what we normally have is we normally have a bearing race, and then when it tightens in at the top here, you have your ball and your bearing race collar, which goes there. Now we've made a spacer. Instead of this on this side, we've made a spacer that sits like that and allows our bearing race to go in there. At the bottom, we have the fork which now comes out the bottom like that. This distance between here and here is like, we'll measure it, but it's very small. It's a very small difference. So what our job is now, where previously you would have a bearing that would sit like that with the dust cover underneath it, we need to now make a piece that fits here and allows our bearing race to fit there, which means that that thickness there is going to be our difference here, and that difference is thin, 32.5, and our height is 15.
We need a piece that's...
This is a very difficult thing to make. It's not something that we would usually tool, but we have no other choice here. It's normally, that's about what we're looking for. This dimension needs to be 29 millimeters, because that's the height that we want to change our bearing race height with. This dimension needs to mimic this dimension, so this needs to be 15 millimeters. We know that this OD needs to be 35, and this ID 32.5. This ID needs to be the same size as the base of this. Which is 58. And this hole needs to locate on that, so it needs to be 35. And it needs to be 15 high, which is a good thing, because when we're looking at it now from the side, and you have step, step, and you have step, step, this dimension goes through. If this thickness here, this height, was too thin, then that piece would just break straight off. But because we've got a fair bit of length over here, because we've got 15 over here, and we've got 29 over here, and then we've got 15 over here, which means that we've got 29 over here. Our overlap over there is 14 mils, and 14 mils worth of strength should in theory be sufficient.
There also
But
needs to be a step on the inside.
well, we've got the step on the inside here, but the step on the inside can't be 15 because it needs to be higher so that it doesn't bottom on that piece. It needs to be a bit smaller. So this is probably going to be 18.
Yeah,
Which means that this is not going to be 29, it's going to be 26. Which is fine still,
big enough.
because 29 minus 18 means that you got an 11 millimeter long step over there, which will still be fine. That is going to be our saving grace. Our total height that we're looking at is 45 mils. So we need to make this hole that we're busy drilling now
45.
needs to be at least 45. Why at least?
Because if you drill it bigger, it gets
You
smaller.
need it, that's it. You need it to be deeper. So that's approximately 55 mils worth of drill depth. We replicated that on there. Now this should just go onto there.
Hi everyone, this is our new merch. Come to the shop to come get it yourself and click the bell notification to see more. Click like and subscribe. Thanks guys.